Hi, could you use high quality leads? Could you use an abundance and a steady flow of leads? Are you a small business owner, sales rep, insurance agent, loan officer, real estate agent? Do you own a home service business? How about if you work for a nonprofit and you're in charge of top line donations or revenue? If you answered yes to one or all of these, which would be amazing, you are going to benefit from this book review that we are going to go over after this.
Most people chase success. Few build it on a foundation that lasts. On The Invested Life with DanCan, we explore the intersection of faith, business, and personal growth, helping you invest in what matters most. This is your space to protect, provide, and promote with purpose. Join us now and start building a life you truly love.
Hi, I'm Dan Can. Welcome to the Invested Life podcast. This is the podcast where we believe as leaders, we should invest in ourselves, others, and what we're called to do. We do that by providing, protecting, and promoting. I'm Dan Can, and as you guessed it, I'm the host of the show. I have a fun disclaimer that I like to throw out there, and it's this. I am not a licensed real estate agent. I am not an accountant, nor am I a lawyer. I am an entrepreneur. I own 4 businesses. I've been in outside sales for over 20 years, if you can believe that, in the financial and insurance sector. I am a deal finder, and I love helping people on their journey on how to provide, protect, and promote. And that is the whole purpose of this podcast. Hey, learn from me falling down on my face and running into walls so that you don't have to, because there's a door right there to the right. And every so often, I do what I call a book review. And today is a book review, and I am anticipating a fantastic show. I'm excited to share this book. Referrals are the heart and soul of our businesses. I have definitely made a lot of money and helped a lot of people by generating a referral machine. And I want to show you this book and tell you about it. It is the Referral Engine. If you're on YouTube, you can look at it right now. If you're listening to the podcast, just know that it's your classic orange colored book, which tends to be popular over the last 10 years. And it is by a gentleman named John. And the Referral Engine is a fantastic book. I've read it twice, which I often do with books because, like I mentioned in prior podcasts, sometimes I don't get everything. Sometimes I read books 4, 5, 6 times. There's 3 main topics that I want to cover with this book. And if you're not in sales and if you don't work for a nonprofit, I would encourage you to keep listening, because this book is really about building community and offering value to other people. That's what this book is really about. If you're in sales, it's very strategic. If you work for a nonprofit, it's very strategic, because it's about creating relationships and how you do that. The first topic I want to talk about that he mentions in the book often is this: why referrals and not ads? Why referrals and not ads? I think this is a wonderful, wonderful topic, because in marketing, it's getting more expensive. Search engine optimization, pay per click, Google AdWords, very, very difficult to track and to get your return on investment on that. And oftentimes, if you work in a local market, you are marketing against really large corporations that, most businesses spend 6 to 9, sometimes 12% of their top line revenue on advertising and marketing. If you're a small business owner, if you're a loan officer or a real estate agent, man, it's really hard to go against that. So I think we're all very familiar with the story in the Bible, David and Goliath. You oftentimes feel like that. You feel like David, you have 3 rocks and a sling. Goliath, he's over there. He's huge. He's a monster. He's got a big shield and a sword. And so our rock is referrals. If you're David, hadn't planned on referencing our good friend David, but we did. And I would say this, building a referral engine takes time. If you go to build a house, you have to have a sure foundation. And that is true in business. And that's definitely true if you're going to build a referral business, because the first thing you have to ask yourself is, are you referable? Now, that makes you look at your character, and character, you look in the mirror, sometimes you love what you see and sometimes you don't like what you see. And so you have to have right character, and you have to have a really great product. Obviously, you need those two things to succeed. When you look at your availability to create referrals and have your team create referrals, it has to be a culture. In our 4 businesses, we use this term a lot. Whatever we talk about happens. Whatever we talk about happens. You want to talk about referrals every single day. We literally have posters in our office where we mark down referrals. And over the last 3 months for my dynamic insurance agency, we've generated over 111 referrals from loan officers. So in the last 3 months, we've generated 111 referrals. I'm very proud of that. We're trying to grow that. That's a main focus. So in our pre-day meetings, we talk about referrals. I oftentimes will ask my team members, does anybody have a referral story? That does a couple things. One, it engages my team members. They get to talk. They get to talk about something good, which is a referral, and that's a win for everybody. In the book, the second talking point is this. How can you stand out in the marketplace? What is the unique feature or service that you provide on how you can stand out? Whether that's you give an inspection report or you have market knowledge, expertise, whatever that is, you want to make sure that you communicate that to your client. I had the opportunity yesterday to sit down with a man who is he is a title insurance agent, escrow here in town. And I was getting to know him. And I really, really wanted to know about how he was setting himself apart. And we spent about 20 minutes talking about how he could set himself apart by offering strategic and beneficial content to the 40 real estate agents and loan officers that I had encouraged him to market to. Now, content can mean a lot of things. For his industry, it looks like market analysis. But I asked him to really think about how he could help his 40 with sales content and follow-up content, because anybody can get market analysis. I mean, it gets emailed all the time. But how could he set himself up to help that 40 get better at sales? And that we really talked about that for about 40 minutes, which I totally love talking about sales. So it was a fantastic meeting, and I really hope he does it. We talked about having a strategic plan, different parts of the day, different parts of the week in which he offered up that content to his sales 40 that he was going after. So for your business or your nonprofit, what is the value that you could bring to your group that you're trying to market to? Something that I preach often to myself and to my team members is this: serve, 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 serve until they ask. And I believe you can do that by bringing glorious, glorious content. The third point of the book that I think is actually the most valuable is you have to build a system. Now, the name of the book is The Referral Engine. Any engine has parts. Any engine has been designed, engineered to succeed. I can tell you, if you want to have a referral business, or if you're a nonprofit, you want to have a steady flow of donations, people that want to contribute to your mission, you got to have a system. Success has a structure. Success has a structure. And we need to learn that structure. This gentleman that I was talking to yesterday, I asked him, I was like, hey, have you ever walked across the bridge? He said, yes, of course. I said, hey, do you think that bridge had a design? Did an architect design that bridge? Yes. Did somebody build that bridge? Yes. Did they have materials? Yes. It's the same thing with developing a referral business. And so I believe the three things that truly bring fantastic success, and these are the three things that I'm focusing on currently right now, is this. One, content. I am developing content each and every day that I am getting out to people to let them know how they can improve their lives and how they can invest in others. So content is number one. Two, every day I am trying to increase my contacts. Those are people in my emailable database, people on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I'm always trying to increase that sphere of influence. And then the third thing is closure. I'm always looking at my team's closure, my closure, when I have an opportunity to present my services. You gotta have a system. You gotta have specific days, times of the day when you work on how to generate referrals, whether that's a text blast, whether that's an email campaign, whether that's handwritten notes, making phone calls. I have a goal each and every week where I have at least 3 strategic coffees with referral partners or other people in the industry to hear their stories and to see if I can help them provide, protect, and promote in whatever genre of business they have. If you have a journal, if you're on your phone, take a voice text of this. You want to have a CRM, okay? The CRM that I use is Go High Level. You also want to have a text feature that you can find that in Go High Level, but you can also use Text 180, where you literally can just put in contacts with their text. It's very inexpensive. I send text to a database every Friday at 10 a.m. It's a fantastic way to stay in front of your customers, your clients. Remember, if you have these three things, if you have a sphere of influence, current customers and past customers, you can build a referral engine for success. You know where we're going next. Right after this book review, which we just finished, I am going to give you my DanCan musings, which is probably the funniest story you're going to hear this week about Thanksgiving after this.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, you deserve a team you can trust. At the DanCan Insurance Agency, our 8 dedicated agents bring over 60 years of combined experience for serving you and your family. Personal service, proven expertise, and real people who actually care. Whether it's home, auto, or motorcycle insurance, we are here to help. Visit DanCanSpokane.com and experience the DanCan difference.
Welcome back. Okay, my DanCan musings today. I'm sorry. I've been waiting all week to tell this story. So I grew up an only child, only grandchild. Yes, I know. Please find me another Latino who can say that in the world. I was an only child, only grandchild. And when you grow up in a family, a smaller family, you kind of have strong social norms. And this is a story about Thanksgiving, trust me. And so I got married to my wonderful wife, Lisa, and we had the opportunity to go to her family's house for Thanksgiving. Now, I had no idea that I had expectations for Thanksgiving dinner because, it's kind of this standard same song and dance every year, right? Turkey, stuffing, green beans, maybe. Sometimes for some reason people make yams, don't know why. But we go to their house. My in-laws are some of the kindest, most amazing people I know. They have done nothing but supported me our whole marriage. I love my in-laws. So we're at their house. They got a fantastic house, beautiful view of the water. It's just going great. It's a great Thanksgiving. Well, I start getting edgy. And I start getting like, I'm going to say angst, because I'm looking around and the appetizers, they're I'm so ashamed to say this, but I'm looking around and I don't see any cheese, sausage, and crackers. And apparently this was a deal killer for me in regards to having Thanksgiving meal that was a success. And so I started looking around. I go, "Hey, Lisa, where are the cheese and crackers?" And she's like, what are you talking about? And I go, "Well, in my family, every meal for Thanksgiving or Christmas, we have cheese and crackers." And Lisa's like, "Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess we don't have that." Well, maybe I didn't communicate clear enough about how important this was to me. So I literally got in the car and drove to the grocery store to get some cheese and crackers and brought them up. And I want to say that I had a good heart and attitude about it, but I was definitely lacking in my character at that moment. I brought it back. Thanksgiving was saved. I had some cheese and crackers. So I had to tell you the story to preface the real Dan Can musing. So now fast forward 14 years, 16 years, and we're having Thanksgiving now at my parents' house. And my stepdad, who's an amazing man, his mom, her name's Ann. She was dating this guy named Don, and Don's really nice, really a great guy. And we had cheese and crackers out, and we're eating all the great stuff. And Thanksgiving is saved. We have cheese and crackers. Well, Don, he grabs the whole platter and sits down in front of the TV and starts eating all of my wonderful cheese and crackers. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, "Oh no, how do I stop this? Because this means a lot to me." And so I finally just said, "Hey, you know what? He's an amazing man. I'm just going to let him have the cheese and crackers." This cheese and crackers, it's a big joke with anybody that knows me. Like, even everybody that works for me, they know if we ever have a work potluck or anything like that, that somebody better bring cheese and crackers, because this is like paramount for Dan to have a successful meal. Hey, when we get back, I am going to bring it all together. Somehow I'm going to tie cheese and crackers into this wonderful book, The Referral Engine, after this.
Tired of missing real estate deals because you were waiting for the bank to approve your funding? At Wave Capital Investing, we get you funded fast with flexible terms and a streamlined process. No red tape, no stress. Apply today at wavecapitallending.com and ride the wave to your next successful real estate investment.
So this was the book review, The Referral Engine. And I can tell you that we are made in God's image, and we are made to be in community with one another. And I believe that building a robust referral machine can really help you. Man, you want qualified leads? Guess what? Those qualified leads who become amazing customers, they know other amazing people that need your services. And you got to write that down. Your current customers, the awesome ones, the most amazing ones, the fantastic clients, they know other amazing clients. And you want to be so great at your skill and have such a great system that you can be crazy successful. I mentor a lot of young men that are getting into the business world. And the first thing I tell small business owners is this: you have to become a lead machine. I know you're the owner. I know you know all these things, but you got to become a lead machine. That is your role on how to provide, protect, and promote. So, you know it's coming, Dan Can listeners. Law of 72. What are you going to do within 72 hours? Are you going to buy this book? Are you going to adopt some of my principles, which is, hey, every week you have to have at least 3 strategic appointments with referral partners? Are you going to meet with or create mentor relationships, people in your community that have gone before you that could help you in regards to your journey as a business leader, as a nonprofit leader? I so enjoy referrals. I could talk about them forever. I spend a lot of my day creating referrals. If you'd like to hear more about what I do, hey, go to Facebook, Dan Cantillana. Look me up on Instagram, Dan Cantillana. Look me up on LinkedIn, Dan Cantillana. I post a reel every day about my journey in creating referrals, my journey in regards to what I truly believe, which is, hey, I'm investing in myself so I can invest in others, so that I can do what I'm called to do, because I know I am in the marketplace for a reason, and that is to help and serve others. And that brings me the most joy. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, Dan Can listeners, love well, do good.